Damn, it's been 20 years already? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I feel so old. Do you guys remember when you first booted up WoW and you saw the dark portal? You saw that loading screen? And you just think, God damn, like, is this even real? Am I alive or am I in heavens? That's how I fucking felt when I first booted up WoW, you know? It was something magical. Let's see what they're doing with this stuff.
The War Within is now live, and while we can't wait for everyone to experience the upcoming endgame content, the train isn't stopping. Arriving on the PTR soon, the team will be testing a new anniversary event for World of Warcraft. Today we're here with Holly, Brett, and Leah to share more.
So putting the anniversary event on the PTR first? Okay, that's interesting.
More on what the live team has been cooking up. So Holly,
Yes.
let's talk anniversary.
Yeah, I mean, 20th anniversary for World of Warcraft, 30th for Warcraft, and 10th
Damn,
for Hearthstone.
Jesus.
What an amazing journey, and to be
Warcraft
leading into
3.
it this year.
That's the go game.
You know, our commitment to make the game feel alive every single day that you log in. All the work we're doing to kick off the World Soul Saga. So excited that War Within is launched and everyone's in it now and part of this world story. And we're going to see where it's going. We're not stopping. So anniversary is coming up, and we've got some good friends here to talk about what's coming.
With such a big milestone for the game, how did you approach this year's anniversary?
It's a great question. Last fall, even, I started to look into what kind of event we wanted to do. We've had various events in the past. For the 15th, we did that really epic raid. So I did some ideas, and it really became a patch. We sat down, we did a huge brainstorm with the live team, and then we started to pick the top ones and see what we could do to cover all of our different player segments. So it was really a fun experience to flesh out all these cool ideas.
What was at the top of that list?
By far the top one, everybody remembers Blackrock Depths really fondly. And so
That's
we are-
awesome.
Word.
The scope of BRD is something. There's no other dungeon that comes even close to that. Let me think. Maybe that sort of trio dungeon at the end of Wrath. That one was okay. But in terms of sheer scope, even Lubers and Ubers doesn't even come close to BRD. The only other one that I can think of is actually still in vanilla. That's Dire Maul. So turning BRD into a raid is going to be exciting. Don't you fucking downsize it though. Keep the entire thing. Keep the fucking scope of the dungeon. Everything.
So yeah, everybody really, really wanted to do something with Blackrock Depths. And so as we looked at all of these features, we really wanted to make them new and innovative, but also harken back. So we are going to be bringing Blackrock Depths as a 10 to 15 player raid. We're really excited. We have 8 main bosses, 5 mini bosses.
What do you mean 10-15? Is it dynamic sizing or do you have to have a fixed group?
And basically we'll have LFR, normal, and heroic difficulties.
I
Ah,
remember
that's
Blackrock
okay.
Dubs. I was there with my hunter, just farming that gladiator's chainmail over and over and over again.
It was always random too,
yeah.
so you didn't have a chance always.
It took forever, so I'm excited to go back in there and hopefully get my revenge.
I remember going there and dying. So, you know, if anyone wants to carry me in a heroic, just ring me up.
What other features are there going to be in the anniversary event?
Yeah, so we really wanted to do an outdoor experience to sort of revisit the Gates of Ancraj opening. And who better to take us on this adventure than Chromie?
Oh, no.
Wait, the opening of AQ, really?
So Chromie has this codex that she uses to safely display the past. And well, you can expect
Do you
there's gonna be
update
some
the
crazy
quest for
time
the
things happening
Scepter of
with that. So
Shifting
we're gonna
Sand
have
as well, or no?
enemies popping up that should not be there within Silithus, like the Scourge, the Legion, Karaji, and
Oh, come on. Like, this is not it. This is not it. Just revamp the quest for the Scepter of Shifting Sand. Just do that. Just revamp that quest line and people will be happy. Like, I don't want to see fucking... You see how bad this looks? And you have...
be there within Silithus, like
Now,
the
this is like, I would say mid-res, right? Medium amount of poly.
Legion,
Those fucking mobs are high res, right? High res mobs in Legion.
Karaji.
And these are like fucking vanilla mobs. They're like basically 3 polygons. They
and
don't
we're
fit
gonna see some
together.
familiar names like Tichondrius, Assyrian, and Kel'Thuzad.
Oh my god, this
Kel'Thuzad again. Oh man.
it just looks
Shaping
bad.
up to be a really
I
cool
don't know.
experience. Players
Maybe
will
it's
get to
just
queue
me.
in whenever they want. They'll get put together with other players and get to go through this kind of epic fixing of the past.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
As Marie would say, timey-wimey. Speaking of the past,
That's
is there anything
actually
else
pretty
that we'll be
funny.
revisiting?
So we've
Yeah, 'cause
heard the
people
community
do
loud
feel
and
like,
clear.
she's a bit whiny.
We know that time walking is very popular, so the team has put together some incredible time walking dungeons.
Time walking
And
was
some of you
popular
may
when
be
it first
thinking
came out.
DFA, but that's
for
not
like
quite yet.
a
We're
month or
actually
so.
going back in time to fill in one of the areas that we have not hit yet, and that is the original dungeon. So we're going to be bringing Dead Mines, Zul'Farrak, Dire Maul, and Stratholme. So there'll be 2 Dire Maul wings and the 2 Stratholme wings. They'll be introduced
Alright,
with
that's-
the
that's-
20th,
that's
but
very
they'll continue
hype.
into the regular rotation afterwards. A couple
That's
other
very
things
hype.
that we're going to change with
Well, the thing is, you're not gonna be able to recapture the magic of those dungeons. One of the things that was special about those older dungeons is the comparison in terms of scope. You know what's gonna happen with those dungeons is that you go in there, with your group, you queue into it, and the tank is gonna pull the entire area, and you're just gonna AOE every shit down. Like, the magic of the original dungeon is that you are so small compared to the area that you have to go slowly and progress slowly through the dungeon, and every step of the way it feels like you're actually going through a huge area, as opposed now if you just queue into those dungeons, even with time walking, you're just gonna pull everything, kill everything, and then move on to the next area. Like, it's not gonna feel as special. I think this is cool, but I feel like people will be overhyped for this. This is not gonna be something that's like the way that you will feel in those dungeons when doing those time walking dungeons, especially those classic ones, will not even be remotely the same as if you're playing vanilla or classic doing those dungeons.
time walking. We're going to allow players from 10 and up to do it. So a lot of those people that like to level will have more opportunity there. And then we're also realizing that a lot of people already have all of the items from the various vendors. So we are going to do a vendor refresh. And so you might see some new mounts and pets and transmogs show up on each of the vendors as we go through the different time walking.
Nah, you're
forward.
putting
So I
mount
can go to Dire
out
Maul,
every week.
get
Nobody
loot
really cares
and
about
more
mount
loot
anymore.
and more loot.
Yeah, we're really excited for everybody to get a chance to go after
But
the
the
things
thing
they
is-
like. You know, if they enjoy doing the dungeon run, or if they're looking for more
Will
of
those loot
cool
matter?
transmogs that haven't been available.
Yeah.
Because if those loot's
Is there
gonna
still a
be
chance for
replaced by
Baron
normal
Raiders
raid
charger to
gear,
drop?
nobody's
We
gonna
may
care.
have a chance in time walking for that mount, actually. Yes.
Wait, really? You're gonna let Rivendare's charger drop in time walking? Well, I mean, it makes sense. But like I said, like you're coming up with mounts every single day. Nobody really cares about mounts anymore. And also you're selling mounts. So like it's not that exciting to me.
I got that on my first kill, by the way.
Are you serious?
Oh my
You're
God.
that player?
I've never gotten
One
that.
I got first try.
That's so awesome.
my lucky one was the Headless Horseman's one.
Oh
so
my
I
gosh.
got I couldn't get the charger, but
I farmed so hard for
It
the
took me
Headless
years to
Horseman.
get that one.
Still didn't have it.
So when I think about WoW's anniversary event, I always think about the Caverns of Time and the party there. Is there any changes to the celebration?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of changes. So you're used to going into the Caverns of Time to sort of experience the anniversary. But you're gonna notice right away that everything is right at the entrance, right outside. And there's all kinds of activities there for people to do. We have a mini trial of style kind of event called Fashion Frenzy, where you're gonna have like different themes to dress up to and vote on your favorite transmogs. We have a storyteller, Lorewalker Cho, is gonna tell a few different stories.
Yeah,
and you get to
nobody's
participate in the
nobody's
audience.
gonna really listen
We
to
also
that.
have
Guys, do you remember? I don't know if it's still there anymore, but the old school Dark Moon fairs. I think it was in Kata when they actually first opened it up, the Dark Moon Isle or Island or whatever it was, where you actually go to the island and do stuff, not the Dark Moon fair that just goes around. Do you remember that? I think that was in Kata, but I don't know if that still exists or not. Basically, you will go there and there's like a band that plays the old school like hardcore metal. I think is Warcraft 3 themes. Holy shit, that shit hits so hard. But this like a fucking fat panda telling you stories. I don't think people will pay too much attention to this.
Mount Mania, which is a fun game where you're going to get to kind of show off your mount collection.
That's a perfect one for you.
Oh my
I love
god.
mounts. I love
Come
showing
on
off
now.
my mounts.
This
I'm
is
really
cool.
excited
This is
for
cool.
that. There's a lot of different things for you to just explore outside of the activities. We
kinda cool.
have an ice rink, so you're going to be able to just slide around into Neris.
Yeah,
We
people
have
will
a
do
pet
this for
corner where
about
you're gonna
20
be able
minutes and
to
move
turn
on.
into your pet. We have costumes. You can cosplay as heroes and villains from the past. You can run around and like scream different voice lines at people, which is a lot of fun.
My favorite's
Yeah, it's fun for 30 seconds.
You just stand and tell everybody they're not prepared.
We also have guest relations where you're going to be solving riddles
Or
and
it's fun for our
clues
peers.
and other
Our
things
peers will
to
love
help
this.
out the visitors within the Caverns of Time.
Oh, so like Secrets of Azeroth?
Yeah, it's like a
nice.
Secrets of Azeroth sequel,
I
basically.
love that.
Awesome.
I had so much fun with that. Is Korok's Revenge, the PvP brawl, coming back?
Yes, so Korax returns. We'll have that during the whole event. We actually moved the vendors to the new hub. We also have the 3 world bosses returning, the world dragons. Then we have Azurgos and Kazakh as well. Plus, we have 2 new gate crashers. Chaw of Anger is going to show up, and so is Archvon the Stonewatcher. They'll both be out in Tanaris as well, similar to
Damn.
where Doomwalker is.
With so many new activities this year, are there new rewards?
Of course, as we looked at the marquee reward for this event, we've come up with a cool riff on a Phoenix mount. So basically,
Why does it
Ashes
have
of
to be
War was a
blue?
really good one back in the day that we really thought was iconic. And so
Oh
we
my god,
iterated
this
on
this
it, and
one
now we
looks,
have this.
you did not just compare this to Ashes of Alar. What? Dude, what you seriously comparing this to Ashes of Alar? No way. How? Where's all the spell effects? Where's all the trails that you leave behind when you're flying around? Where's the fire? Where's all the particle effects? Where's the magical feeling about it? This is just a bird. And it's blue. And blue looks fucking ugly on mounts.
Blue Cold Flame Tempest mount. It's got armor on it, and one of the cool things we were able to do is here at Blizzard we have service rewards. So as you're here a few years, you'll get a sword and a shield. So we use that as our basis to do the armor on that mount. And we enjoyed it so much.
Yeah,
the artists, they
nobody's
actually spent
gonna
one of
get
their
that,
hackathons
right,
making
except for
our
you.
service rewards in the game. So you'll be able to collect through the 20th the sword. We even have a ring toy that we're going to have players able to get.
It's kind of iconic to have essentially a World of Warcraft team member transmog.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you making this for? You're making this for yourself.
We have to get suits of armor added as one of our rewards.
Yeah, 30 years, right? We haven't picked the 30-year service reward yet.
We also have a balloon toy, which is really cool. And my favorite is the baby Dreadlord pet.
Oh my god.
That
I'm
looks
excited
pretty
to go
cute.
to
That
the
actually
hub
looks cool.
and become my baby Dreadlord pet and run around in the area as that.
With your little sword.
Oh yeah. One of our
This
artists,
looks
Mods,
dope.
he
This
was able to
actually
put
looks pretty
together,
dope.
The sword like Kazakh has, but in baby form. So it's really cool that it fits really well.
It's like a butter knife. So cute. Are there any rewards for the Warcraft 30th anniversary?
Yeah, so we have some faction crests, which are going to be back pieces for each of the 4 Warcraft 3 factions, which is Orc,
Oh, that's-
Human, Night Elf, and Scourge.
Those are the
And these are
those were the logos. Those were the logos for. Okay, that one is for Frozen Throne. I think it's the same with the Night Elf
Warcraft
one. The Undead, the Scourge, and the Night Elves were both the expansion races. So at the very beginning in Reigns of Chaos, you only had the orcs and the
which is
humans.
Orc, Human, Night Elf, and Scourge. And these are going to be coming in the November
Dude,
trading
those look so fucking
will
cool.
players get
Oh
these
my
full
god.
rewards?
Anything
Great question.
the
We are
OG
going to be
Warcraft 3
introducing a new
related
currency
gets
this
me
year.
so fucking
Players will be able
hard.
to collect it from our weekly quests that we'll have for each of our features, and then we also are making sure that if you're really into the
Look,
season
another
1 content,
currency.
you can still do those weekly quests and the weekly activities to
token.
collect the tokens there as well. You're going to get a lot of tokens, and you'll need them because We do have one other big reward. As we started to think about this, we talked with our artists and everybody really agreed we needed to really go iconic, and we looked back at our tier 2 sets. So we ended up making all of the tier 2 set.
Oh, refresh tier 2. That's pretty cool. The Warlock one looks great. The Mage one looks kind of trash. The Mage one doesn't look good at all. Especially not on that race, which I assume is the Earthen. Yeah, not good.
Modern with the new modeling, the new VFX. I can't wait to see.
What the fuck? Okay. Judgment set. Okay, yeah, Judgment set is the shits for Paladins. I think what are the set that Paladin has had that was more iconic? Not really, right? It's just Judgment set. Judgment set is the de facto first really good Paladin set. Holy shit, this looks amazing, by the way. This looks absolutely amazing.
See people walking around in the Judgment armor.
What about the classes, though, that weren't available when Tier 2 came out?
That's a good point. You know, we didn't have monks back then, but we didn't have
Yeah, that's
invokers
true.
back then. But we did have a dragon, and they wore armor, and so we really looked at NPCs that were at that period of time. So Nefarian
Oh.
was our model for doing the evoker set.
Okay,
we
that
looks
looks
also like
eh,
other
I
iconic
don't know.
NPCs that existed back in the
Oh,
day.
whoa. Oh my god, why don't you just make the Crown of Domination? What is that little hood thingies around the crown? This, are you serious?
each of
Oh
the
my
new-
god, can you, okay, the shoulder looks badass, but the helmet, why do you have to put a hood around the Crown of Domination? Why? This could look so good. Just get rid of that little hood. Why do you have the hood around the fucking helmet? That's a crown. Does that make sense to you? Also, the chest piece looks like garbage. Okay, the chest piece doesn't match. Like, the chest piece looks like something out of Vanilla, and the shoulder looks something like something out of maybe Shadowlands. Like nah. Like, come on. This has so much potential, and the only thing that looks good is the belt and the shoulder.
New classes do have their own sets. So all 13
What
classes.
the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? This is just... No, wait, this is fucking Legion leveling gear. Bro, I can... No way, that belt? I can find you that fucking belt. I can find you that fucking belt in my Demon Hunter transmog sets. Like, not sets, but transmog items. That's straight up Legion leveling. What?
Classes will have a tier 2 up-res set.
That looks pretty
Speaking
cool.
of classes, there's some cool changes coming.
Yes, I'm so excited for Drakthir to finally get more classes. So you can expect to see 6 new classes with them. We have Hunter,
Yeah,
Rogue,
nobody
Priest,
Nobody
Mage,
cares
Warrior,
except for
and
our
Warlock.
Scalies.
And we're also getting a new skywriting talent, which
Like-
is called
You can't even transmog your gear in dragon form, so what the fuck is even the point of this entire class or entire race? All you can see is fucking belt and shoulder. Like, nobody's gonna play a fucking warrior not want to transmog themselves to be a absolute fucking badass. Nobody's gonna... Nah, nobody gives a shit about this.
squadrons, where you're going to be able to have 2 Drakthir companions flying alongside you in like a formation, which is so cool.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
amazing.
Drakthir gonna be like Top Gun.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Gotta reserve my goose name.
Look at that, look at that.
Everybody's gonna be reserving now.
All you have is belt and shoulders. Nobody's gonna want a warrior that's not gonna look fucking badass in full plate armor.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what?
Is there
Nobody
any
gives
other
a fuck
class
about
changes
this.
coming?
Yes, we've heard loud and clear from the shamans that they are ready for something new, and we are ready to deliver. We have brand new Ascendance forms. They
Oh,
really are
that
cool
looks
looking.
good.
They match each of the elements that shamans use.
Well, that looks amazing.
They look amazing.
They really do.
This update sounds
Damn.
so amazing. Before we go, is there any other additional details we should tell players?
Yes, one of the things we really want to call out is in the past, these events have been 3 to 4 weeks around the anniversary, but this time, this is the patch. The entire 11.05 patch is really dedicated to the 20th anniversary. It'll go for more than 2 months. We have a lot of time for every.
So basically, you're telling me you don't have a patch, so you're using this event as the patch for the expansion, which is okay. The amount of content in here, it's there's a lot of stuff. Though, you know, some of those stuff are not really that good of quality, but you know, it is still a lot of stuff.
Everybody to get into these features, experience them, play as much as they want, and work towards those 13 sets.
Yeah, and even though we just launched the War Within, This PTR is coming very, very soon, so keep a lookout for the news.
I
on when
assume
that's
they'll be
coming to you.
testing the raid.
Thank you so much for taking the
For the
time to
most
talk
part?
about the 20th anniversary with me. And I can't wait to celebrate the 20th anniversary with you in game. See you next time.
Alright. Think that's it? Okay. It's mid. It's seriously just mid. Like okay, there are so many fucking hype men out there for the new expansion and retail. Retail ain't it, bro. Not it, bro. Like retail isn't near where it needs to be. And this little patch has a lot of content, a lot of great content, but the quality of this patch of this anniversary event heavily depends on how. I know the time walking of the classic dungeons are just gonna be a fucking shit show, because all you're gonna do is just go into those fucking dungeons, you pull the entire area, and then you AoE them down. It's gonna be an absolute fucking joke. You're never going to feel the same way in terms of the scale and scope of the dungeon as if you're playing like classic or vanilla. Okay, so the time walking dungeons is gonna be a fucking shit show. The BRD raid though, everything hinges on the BRD raid. If that raid is good, this anniversary event is good. If that raid is bad, sorry, like nah, this ain't it. And the tier 2 sets look good, but they really royally screwed up with the DK set and the Demon Hunter set. Like, why? Like, why? Just make something really fucking cool that people want. Why do you have to put a fucking hood around the crown of domination? I don't understand that. I don't get it. But, you know, overall, it's a lot of content. You know, the quality of the content remains to be seen. But from what I've seen, there's a lot of stuff in there that's just like, okay, I'll look at it and like, okay, cool. I guess it's something you can do. And I try it once and never go back to it again. Like, turning into your pet and turning into fucking NPCs and going around, like, there are a lot of great games out there. Like, you can't simply just expect people to just waste time in your game. Those are just time wasting things. It doesn't lead anywhere, it doesn't achieve anything. You can't expect people to do that anymore. Well, obviously, if somebody's always gonna play WoW and our peers, obviously, but if that's all who you're gonna make this game for, that's all you're gonna get.